on the tape, super gangsters. We're back again with another video, and in today's video, man, I'm gonna show you some very easy to follow techniques for making your dark trap beats in the style of Wheezy and Southside for Future, Playboy Carti, Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and all these kind of artists. I'm gonna be revealing to y'all some of the easiest techniques that even beginner can start implementing from today, especially when making the melodies and also for the drums, of course. So without wasting any further time, let's get into it. Yeah, so we're gonna start off by setting the tempo of the melody to 124 BPM, and as very first element of the melody, I'm gonna be using these stock preset keys from Analog Lab, which sounds so fire, man. Gives me some mic entire shit. And we're also gonna be setting the scale of the piano roll to E minor. Now the very first thing I'll suggest to doing is to put a note over here as the root note of the melody, and I'm also gonna extend it for 2 bars. Now with this note here on the root note, we're also gonna layer another note on top of it, and I'm gonna go for B, and this is the way it sounds. This is a very simple chord made by 2 notes, E and B. As you can see, very basic. And literally all I'm gonna do is to write down a counter melody on top of these 2 notes. Yeah, something like this. As you can see, very basic, and it's sounding fire already. So what I'm gonna do is to duplicate this. Yeah. But just because it's sounding a little bit too repetitive, I'm gonna give it a little bit of variation on the next 4 bars of the melody. So I'm gonna put like other top notes over here. Yeah, something like that. Maybe here. Yeah, very fire, man. And the thing is that it is so insanely simple. So what I'm gonna do now is to send the keys to the mixer channel, and I'm gonna do a little bit of EQing because I feel like there's too many high frequencies going on. Yeah, something like that. And at this point, I'm gonna grab another set of keys, still from Analog Lab. Like, I promise you, Analog Lab is my go-to plugin for making this type of melodies. I won't lie to you, like, it's been going crazy. And I'm gonna use this bell right here. Sounds so fire. And all I'm gonna do is to put a note over there. Yeah. As you can see, we have a note for every 2 bars of the melody, just to give like a second layer to the melody, like on top of the first element that we just used. Now at this point, I feel like it's time to give a little more body to the melody. So every time I want to give more body to the melody, I like to use a piano, and my go-to piano by far is the Keyzone Classic. Either the Keyzone piano preset, the Yamaha Grand Piano is fire too, or the Stingray piano, and I think in this case I'm gonna be using the Stingray piano preset. And literally all we're gonna do once again is to put like a simple note over here on the root note of the melody, and in this case we're gonna extend it for 4 bars, and we're gonna do the same exact thing but for the E3 rather than E2, so that we slightly broaden the frequencies occupied by the piano. You see how much it gives a lot of body, bro, and it's hard as hell, bro. This piano goes crazy. And yeah, man, simple as we're gonna duplicate this whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. And as you can see, the melody is already sounding super full without necessarily having too many elements going on, because the first key that I used from Analog Lab has a very typical kind of synth lead kind of vibe, and it occupies a lot of frequencies in the spectrum. So that's why it really feels very full, even though we only have 1 element as a first sound, and then we only have other 2 more elements on the melody. So what I'm gonna do now is to split by channel the pattern of the melody. And as you can see here, we have the 3 piano rolls of the 3 elements that we've used for the melody. So literally all I'm gonna do is to select all of the patterns, and we're gonna render them out as audio clip. And as you can see, it's still the same exact melody. So what I'm gonna do now, as you can see here, we got the piano. So what I want to do is to duplicate it like this, and we're gonna make this audio clip here unique, which is still the piano, of course, and in this case we're gonna reverse it. You feel me? Sounds a lot dark, bro. And another thing that we're gonna do, just to spice it up a little bit, we're gonna stretch it in just like this. And in order to do that, you want to activate this tool right here, because if you don't have it activated, it's gonna cut the audio clip, and that's not what you want to do. So all you need to do is to activate this tool right here, and you want to stretch it in like this, and this is the way it's gonna sound. And then we're also gonna duplicate him so that we have it for the entire 8 bars. And this is the melody will sound now without the first element, which I'm gonna get into in a second. You feel me? Very dark background. Now for the first element, what we're gonna do, first thing first, put the sample in stretch mode, and now we're gonna reverse it just like this. This is the way it sounds now. Yeah, it sounds so fire, bro. So because I don't feel like it is actually at its best potential, I'm gonna put the halftime on this audio clip right here just to see how it sounds now. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds a lot better, bro. Come on. And I think we're also gonna pitch it out to 12 semitones. Yeah, bro, this thing is fire. It's fire. I might even try to unreverse the audio clip, so this is the way it will sound now. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, man, come on. This is hard. I won't lie, this is hard. Now, very last thing that I want to add to the melody, it's an accent, which I'm sorry y'all, but you're gonna have to wait for this one because it is unreleased. It's gonna be out in the next kit, bro, coming out very soon, which I got a special collab with this one, so y'all stay tuned. But yeah, I'm gonna be using this accent right here. Very fire. Might even try reversing it. Let's see how it sounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is hard, bro. I'm gonna reduce the volume a little bit, and I might even EQ it a little bit because I feel like there's a little bit too many high frequencies, so we're gonna cut out the low end. Yeah, just need it to be a little bit in the background. Feel me? Yeah, this is hard. We're gonna duplicate it. Alright, man, this is actually fire. So last thing that I'm gonna try to do is to make unique this audio clip right here, and we're gonna furthermore pitch it out 12 semitones. So we're gonna put the sample on C4, but the other thing I'm gonna do to the sample is to actually reduce the volume because I don't really want it to be heard too much. So let's see how it sounds. Yeah, something like that. Right in the background. Yeah, man. Bro, the drums are gonna go crazy, man. All right, let's put a little bit of compression as well. Alright, man, this was it for the melody, and now let's get into the drums. Alright, when it comes to the drums, man, there's only one key in the game that you're gonna need, which is called Supreme. And as you can see here, I'm not even gonna spend too much time into explaining how much shit is included in this kit, but it's just crazy. First of all, you're gonna get all of the 808s, the CDM 808s, the beat builders, the claps, the snares, the drum rolls, the effects, all of the hi-hats, the perks, and literally everything that you need in order to make these beats, bro. There's more than 300 sounds. Like, I'm not even gonna spend the time to sit here and tell you everything that is included in the kit. If you want to check it out, link down below in the description. Yeah, man, you're gonna thank me later. By the way, I was even about to forget, you're also gonna get the FLPs included in the kit so that you can see and learn how to make these beats completely from scratch. Like, you can literally see all of the things that I do behind the scenes in order to make these kind of beats. And you're also gonna get 30 melodies completely for free, so you already know that you cannot miss on this one. So if you want to check it out, link down below. Now, the very first thing that we're gonna do is to lower down the pitch of the melody. So we're sitting in E minor. I want to bring it down to D minor, so it sounds a lot darker. You feel me? Now we're gonna first start with a snare. Might go with this one. Alright, bro, we're also gonna put a counter snare because I often like to use these ones on this type of beats, especially Wheezy and Southside that go crazy with them. So you already know you also want to use these ones. Yeah, something like that. Now let's duplicate this whole thing. Alright, man, let's get straight into the 808 without wasting too much time. Might go with this one right here. Yeah, very simple boss, man. This thing you already know always works. Yeah. And then on the next 8 bars, we're gonna give you a little bit of variation. Crazy, bro. This beat is fire, man. Alright, let's get into the hi-hat. Yeah, I might use the Chanel hi-hat. Fire, bro. Hey, man, this thing crazy. Yeah, damn. Man, come on, who teaches you how to make this kind of beats, bro? Like let's keep it 1,000, bro. Who on YouTube actually shows you how to make this shit for real, for real? I'm so sorry for y'all, bro. This is sauce, man. Hey, if you want to get the same exact drums, link down below in the description for Supreme, man. You already know, we're going crazy. Alright, bro, come on, man. I don't want to overdo it a little bit, so we're gonna go with this one. Alright, man, I think that was a wrap, so we're gonna get into the arrangement. Alright, what I'm gonna do is to get rid of the first pattern of the Vox so that we have it over here, and also the open hair. I don't really think I want to have it straight from the first 8 bars, so let's see how it sounds now. Go to this part here, we're gonna get rid of it. And then we're gonna duplicate this whole thing. We're gonna also put all of the patterns. You feel me? Yeah, come on, man. we got another quiet. You know what I'm saying? Ah, this beat is solid, bro. Yeah, little break over there as well. And I think I'm gonna give you a little bit of variation over here. I'm gonna spice up the pattern of the 808 a little bit. Bro, this beat hard, man. Come on. My broski, I really do appreciate you for tuning in for today's video. Bro, don't forget, if you want to get the same exact drums that I used for today's video, link down below in the description for Supreme. Also, recently started helping out producers who are struggling with making better beats, making better melodies, or even making better connections in the industry, so that eventually that will land more placements and lead to more money and all these kind of things. If you feel like you're struggling as well on these kind of aspects, or even building a brand as a producer for yourself, check the second link down below in the description that will allow you to book a completely free call with me, and from there we're gonna see if I can actually help you out in achieving your goals as a producer. Now, without wasting any further time, I'm gonna let you listen to the full thing. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram at Stepuz. Bro, I'm gonna see you on the next time. Bye.